I think we just had like a 4-minute period where Ekitike was a bit excited. Hello, good evening. This is Taiwo Nojobi once again on Lanonasis Maple Sports. We're always happy to bring you unfiltered opinion, sharp analysis, and some big love for Canadian hoops and ice. Today is just a bit different. A lot of football has happened during the week, and we like to just come together, see how it is, do some analysis, do a bit of maybe banter if we can, and try and make sure that we put out a lot, for the sport that we love the most. This is 8:46 Mountain Standard Time, and I like to say today is a good day. Be brave, make a difference, and just have fun. Today I have a couple of friends joining me, and they'll just give us, just like I always say, 2 or 3 cents as the case may be. But we'll try and keep it at 2 cents this time around. So Emmanuel, Craspo, and Joshua, just let us know how it goes. Then we're able to just push it from there. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Taiwo. Happy to be here again to discuss our favorite sport. It's been a wonderful week of good football. Some teams felt they could hold Arsenal to ransom, but God passed them as usual. So looking forward to it, man.
Yeah. Crespo.
Yeah, thanks. It's good to be back. Second rodeo. Nice to be here. Can't wait to chat a lot more about football. And also, it's good to have Adilma Lukman and Atletico and with a goal.
I saw his goal
debut.
today. That goal was wonderful. I didn't know that he could still score those kind of goals, man.
Yes.
Even Griezmann was wondering, who is this guy?
So
Antoine Griezmann was just like, life is better with a good striker like this.
So
but that's good.
So it's nice to be here and can't wait to jump into chats about football.
Yeah. About football, yeah. Thank you, Dr. Josh.
Yeah. It's good to be back, and good to have Crespo on the show again. And happy to be back to talk about football. And just like Crespo said about Ademola Lookman, I mean, I had no idea he had gone to Atletico Madrid. Maybe because I'm off Twitter, so I didn't really fully transfer news, so I was surprised.
Oh, you didn't know about the move at all?
Yeah, I didn't know about the move at all. I knew they wanted to.
One of the most celebrated moves this week.
Last summer when he was having that issue too, but the deal didn't go through. But it was good to see him get a goal and assist on his debut. But I think we
didn't get to know until a few minutes before the deal got through, because we were thinking Fenerbahce was closing in on something. After a while, they now announced that Atletico came last minute and closed the deal and just made it happen. And for me, it's very good because having a Nigerian player play at that level, Atletico is a top club compared to Fenerbahce far. Even Crespo still said it last week that, no Nigerian player that can play at that level should go to a Turkish league. If not because of what's happening to Osimhen, but it is what it is. And, he has the opportunity to shine and also win at a very high level.
Yeah.
So we can just dive right into it. Just like Emmanuel said, Arsenal was just making it happen this week. They had 2 major wins that kind of just give us the idea that they are moving in the right direction. And I did more like a ready narrative. And I felt that, I should just put this out there before we allow Emmanuel and Crespo jump on it at first before Joshua. Arsenal, for me, that set piece is now like a good execution for them. I like the way that they are doing. It's like that set piece, they learn it specifically, and that wide area dominance is really good for them. So far, if you look at the optics, I also did a video last week. I'm sure you probably have seen it now, where we're talking about the fact that they still hold the highest percentage when it comes to possibilities of winning it all this season. It's a very complete team. But, without wasting so much time, Emmanuel, just jump on it, then Crespo, then Joshua, and see how it goes.
Yeah, thanks, Taiwo. I mean, you put it rightly. It's been a good week for Arsenal, right? Beating Leeds away at Elland Road. And then beating Chelsea again 1-0. It was a good week. Good. I mean, starting from the Leeds game, I mean, 4-0 at Leeds. That's not easy to achieve. I mean, all the teams that have won there this season, how many of them have won there? Liverpool couldn't win. I think United couldn't win there as well. And I think
Man, you had a draw.
Man United also lost there. That's at that same ground. So it's quite not an easy place to go to for any team. I think I've been there before, and it's quite a very difficult place to play because the Leeds fans are very passionate, right? You know, it's one of those old places in England where was died a long time ago. So it's a very they have a good heritage of football in Leeds. So it's good to see Arsenal score 4 goals. I mean, again, corner kicks. I mean, I know everybody's speaking about Arsenal and corner kicks, but the point is, if they're doing so well, then teams should learn how to defend against them, right? You know, so that's my own pushback. I mean, they're doing so well. It's part of the game. So and they know that teams will have this low block against it whenever you play Arsenal. So if you get a corner kick, make it count, right? If you get like 5 and score about 1 or 2, that's good return. So good to see them score from this corner kick. And to be fair, the first goal that they wanted to make scored wasn't really a corner kick per se. It was the corner came out again. Madueke went back and put a very nice cross into the boot, and Zubimendi was there to head it in, right? So it was, and then the second goal, it connected straight to the keeper, and he scored the goal. Similar to what Saka did some games ago, right? So it's good to see, and then also 2 goals from open play. Jock scoring, and then Gabriel Jesus scoring another wonderful goal as well. It shows you how well-rounded this Arsenal team is. If you want to defend against them, defend. They'll score you from corner kicks. If you don't defend again, open up, they'll score you from open play. You know, because it was when it's opened up, they scored those other 2 goals. And exactly. So that puts them 6 points above above Man City on the table right now, which is good. So it was a really good weekend for Arsenal and Leeds too. They've been very good lately. I mean, they've not lost a game in the last 2-3 months or so. So to lose 4-0 to a very strong Arsenal side is I mean for them, I'll say they've tried to hold it on for this long. Even though on that game, you can say Arsenal were too good for them to even penetrate, to even get a chance to score a goal. Right was on trouble through the game. He had almost nothing to go through that game. There was no any serious save. I think there was just one save, and apart from that, there was nothing else he had to do all through the game, right? So it was quite a very good game for Arsenal, and then to see Villa lose the next day, Man City draw the next day as well was a good weekend all round. Then go back to the Carabao Cup game before I hand it over to Crespo. It was another game as well. I mean, I've seen lots of commentary about that game. People saying that Arsenal were boring in that game. Arsenal should have attacked a bit more. But
I think both sides were boring.
Yeah, both sides were boring. But I'm like, Arsenal already has a goal. We're leading by 1 goal. So if anybody has to attack, it has to be Chelsea, right? They have to attack. And I know they had a strategy, they had a plan to come and frustrate Arsenal, then bring on the attacking players to score. I know Palmer wasn't fully fit on that day. Even Esteval wasn't fully fit. I think
for the Carabao Cup, they scored in the 97th minute.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, and that was the only goal. The
that was the only goal.
Of the Carabao.
That was the only goal. So the point is just play defensive all through till like the system when they brought in Esteval and Cole Palmer. So it looked like their plan was just frustrate us now. Don't let them score you, but just hold on till the 60th minute, bring your attackers and come and score. But you're 1 goal down, you're the one losing, right? So you should have attacked a bit more. But I understand because he knows that if you opened up at 7 and by the 90 minutes Arsenal scored a goal. So that's what could have happened if you'd opened up from the start, right? So I guess it was, if I look at the coach, I feel like if I put myself in his shoes, I understand what he was thinking because Arsenal is a very good team right now. If you open up against Arsenal, anything opens up against Arsenal will score 1 or 2 goals. You can score them back, depending on how good your attack is or how weak that defense is on the day. But for the most part, if you give Arsenal a chance, they will score you. And that's what happened against Chelsea. Chelsea blocked defended till 6 minutes. The minute they opened, it took 30 minutes for Arsenal to score a goal and 1-0. So it was another good week again for Arsenal all around, both in the Carabao Cup. And Chelsea, say thank you to my
Joshua.
On our podcast.
No, Joshua. Rosenior is planning something big. Don't worry.
Planning something big, right? So they win the Champions League.
Yeah, he's planning something big.
That's what someone said.
So Crespo, when you're responding, I want you to also talk a little bit about what you feel about Rice Zubimendi, that double pivot. How he was able to put pressure on their fullbacks, especially the way you see that match. Just give us what you feel about that, and just as
we all know, Arsenal's got the best team, I would say, in the Premier League. They've got depth squad, more than any other team. If you look at the combination between Rice can play a deep line midfielder. You have Zubimendi who controls the game. Also, I think what they did against Leeds was pretty much don't let these guys run us too much because
exactly.
Leeds, they like to run at their opponent a lot. So get these guys to control the ball, stifle them from having access to that ball to run, and just control the game. And again, like I always say or tell anybody that thinks Arsenal won't win this league is just beefing, because actually I don't see any competition for Arsenal. The only problem Arsenal would have is Arsenal itself. And you can see gradually they are breaking off that problem, because usually February is tough. From after January is really tough for teams because you're in the Champions League, you're in the Cups, you're also looking at the league. And after that loss to Man U, you could see that they bounced back immediately without winning against Leeds and now winning against Chelsea. So it tells you a lot about that team. So the people that are supposed to compete are dropping points. Aston Villa lost.
Yes, it's true.
City drew. So again, tell me. And I think, like I said, they've got depth squad. Saka was missing. Madueke came in and he did well.
He was Merino.
Merino is not fit. You have Zubimendi coming in. You still have Norgard. Not getting a chance to get into the first team. So again, I don't think anybody has anything. I don't think any team can stop Arsenal for the league. My personal opinion, except Arsenal want to stop themselves.
Stop themselves. That's true.
But absolutely, I give it to Arsenal, and kudos to them for playing against Chelsea. For me, it made no sense. You have a 1-goal advantage. Why run all around to try to win the game? Let Chelsea bring the game, and it's on Chelsea. Why do you wait for that long to come out? It's a cup game. If you get the first goal in the first 5 minutes, it's a different ball game. But if you start that game very cautious, you're not helping yourself. So again,
Arsenal will just be wondering that you guys need goal,
and you're not coming out. And kudos to Arteta, he's learning. The past 2-3 seasons, Arteta is all guns blazing attacking. Now he's very pragmatic. He's not burning his guys for just any game. If we're at an advantage, guys, slow it down. And he's got a solid defense line with and again, one thing I've noticed about Arsenal again is they are beginning to have those pairings that work a lot. So you have the pairing between Saliba, Gabriel. You have the good pairing between Saka, Madueke, and the right back, Timber. Then you see on the left back also, Nkapie is of late is having good relationship with Trossard. Then in the middle of the park again, you see Zubimendi and Rice. They are playing so when Zubimendi pulls back, Rice allowed to go forward. When Zubimendi wants to have the ball in front, Rice steps. So you are seeing those pairings, and those are signs of a solid team. I don't know any other team in the league that has got those kind of pairings. They've got pairings in the first 11. They've got pairings on the bench. So for me, just give it to Arsenal. And for Chelsea, again, like I said last week, Chelsea is a young team. I'm positive about Chelsea. If they can improve, like I said, get a solid defender and probably get maybe a better striker. Next season, 2 seasons after, Chelsea will be tough to beat.
Chelsea will be tough to beat. That's true. That's if other teams too have not developed themselves.
No, so again, football is momentum. No, football is momentum. If I start before and I begin to do the right thing, that's why I'm telling you, even next season to catch Arsenal will be hard.
Exactly,
because it's momentum. It's not like they're down tooling. You have to catch up. And by the time you catch up, they went just like City did for 10 years. They started off with buying all those guys, they started winning games. By the time they got to top speed, every other person was just, even Liverpool could not push City, if you notice, because for about 10 years, I think City has 6 or 7 league titles. If I'm not wrong. And maybe Liverpool had 2. In all of those Klopp,
I think Klopp just had one. They won Champions League.
Liverpool had 2, Slots 1, Klopp 1. Then
you see, so we're talking of in the space of 8 years, Liverpool had 2 and City had 6.
That's true.
So and now the momentum in Liverpool is gone. They're having to catch up again. So if Arsenal don't, like I said, they don't down tool, they don't mess up in their signings for next season, and they reinforce, it should just be hard to catch. And players like to go to a team that is functional.
Yeah.
Definitely. Gives them a chance to be able to win more silverware as well.
Yeah.
So Joshua, when you are jumping about it, giving us your view, you can also talk about Chelsea West Ham. What do you think? Looking at the match identity, I think under this coach, there's a different identity. Estival playing at an excited level, Cucurella, Enzo, all those guys playing at a different level. So just give us your 2 cents, and you can cover the West Ham as well.
Yeah, right. I mean, there's nothing else to add to Arsenal. Like, Maya and Creswell said everything like about Arsenal. They're like a well-oiled engine right now. And like I said, only Arsenal can stop themselves because no one really mounting any serious challenge.
Yeah.
Pushing Arsenal to the end and making them like go take it. Right now is their house, they just need to go take it. So again, the Carabao Cup was good. It's good for Arsenal to get to that final, their first final since I think 2020. When Arteta won the FA Cup when he first came in, a few months after I came in. So it's good. And it's also good that they'll be playing Man City, who will most likely be the second team in Premier League. So let's see who can draw the first blood in that final. What would happen? I mean, how will it derail any one of them? Whoever loses, if City wins, would that give them more momentum? Will it derail Arsenal? If Arsenal wins, I mean, regardless of who I think wins that final, I think Arsenal would eventually go on to win the league. So, but yeah, it was a good final. Like I said, for Chelsea, for the coach, I think it was a gamble. It was a gamble like he felt he had to make. I wouldn't have gone that way. It was a gamble. I mean, as a manager, you live and die by your decisions. The end result matters, right? If the gamble worked, then you have been praised as tactician, special one, and all of that. Because you can see the opposite. The next game, Newcastle, Man City. Newcastle were down 2 goals, 3-1. They went to go all out. So the game was over. So again, so it's either only the result tells you whether you did it right or
wrong. The idea is just that you're either going to die or so why wait till the last minute?
So
just go for it.
Just take the risk.
Exactly. There was no. You didn't even try. There was no. You didn't look like they wanted to win the game right from the start.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had tried and lost, that's okay. Fine, at least you even tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was good. I mean, again, I think the 2 games he's lost have been against Arsenal. So the next stage would then be like competing against these guys that are equal or at least better than you. But yeah, for the West Ham game was over the weekend was typically a game of 2 halves, like we say. And immediately I saw the lineup, I knew that we're in for a long game because, like Crespo said about Arsenal having the score depth, we don't have it. So you will notice that immediately Chelsea changes or rotates the squad a bit, take 3 players out, the performance drops. And that's what within from the Barcelona game to the Arsenal game, all of a sudden the Leeds game that we lost and that because a part of the issues Maresca had was like he needed to rotate players fit, medical team advising him on minutes. So he needed to rotate, but the Chelsea squad is so limited to that first 11 that you get a good performance when you play the first 11, especially with the back 4. Once you pair Fofana or Chaluba with any other person, all of a sudden it's almost like they're not good anymore. But when you play them together, and Cucurella by the left, or Augusto by the right, or James by the right, they are then a solid team. But you take just one piece from there, put Badashi or Tosin, and all of a sudden it's hard to like we saw in led back against West Ham, and that's really where the goal came from. 2 goals came from that side, Garnacho's side and Hato's side. It was just like they were just in 6s and 7s, and that's always the fair. So like I said, until we can have good score depth, and then you're able to rotate. I know that even your second 11 is strong enough to, and you want to think that Chelsea's second 11 should be strong enough to beat a relegation threatened West Ham, but as you know, this is Premier League, right? Every game is difficult. So, but he made the changes in the second half. Cucurella came in, Pedro came in, Estival came in, also, Palmer came in because Estival was out for Brazil. And then all of those 3 contributed to the goals. Cucurella scored the second goal. João Pedro scored the equalizer, the first goal, and then he gave the assist for Enzo to score the second goal. So it was a real good turnaround, and we're very critical in the chase for top 4 because right now every point is critical, every game is critical, considering that I think Liverpool had not played, the Manchester United was also going to play. So right now it's almost like a fight to finish of whoever will finish in the top 4 the top 5. So in the end, what did we learn? Same thing. We learned that the first 11 is probably the strongest side for Chelsea, and then they just have to be able to manage games to see how, even when they do rotate games, when they do rotate players, the players on the pitch can still go ahead to deliver a good job. But yeah, it really got set for West Ham because having been in the relegation fight, like it's always so disheartening when you drop 2 goals ahead like that, because it was really going well for them in the first half, and they had some chances in the second half to even pull further ahead that they didn't
I
take.
even thought they were going to win the way they were playing. No?
Yeah, it was. I
It
mean,
didn't look like a typical West Ham. They were so
it was
strong.
really a good game. Wan-Bissaka delivering 2 assists, just flying forward on that right hand side. I was like, wow. I mean, is West Ham that good or Chelsea are just terrible? But it was so sad. But I believe West Ham should still hopefully do enough to survive. But yeah, so it's gonna be a really bad one after that game, like that loss. But I think they can use that as a step forward to improve their game and know that, okay, we can play this way, we can have this kind of performance and use that to survive for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's a good one. Very, very good one. Hopefully, even West Ham, I'm looking at them and I'm like, are they going to be able to survive the way they are going? I feel for them, especially the fact that their manager too has been through a lot, Espirito,
Yeah.
Let's see
Hopefully they can. I mean, I'm checking the table now to even see where they are.
The thing is, they've had
bottom 3.
It's tough.
Even the matchups they have between now and the end of the season, they are not so friendly matchups if you look at it.
But this weekend is going to be critical in the race. I think relegation, those teams in around play each other. It's going to be very critical because Leeds, like Emmanuel said, have been doing really well. So they've just given themselves 6 points gap, but there's nothing for a 6-point gap. I think Burnley and Wolves are gone or should go. It's remaining whole the third team between West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Leeds.
I think Wolves, they are just going through their holiday. They know that.
They are already preparing
not
for
going anywhere.
They would probably qualify again when come back from championship. I think they will be, but right now they should already be preparing for life in the championship.
Exactly. I don't think they will come back the way they are doing because they've sold Larsen. Their striker is
for big money. I hope they can invest that money well.
They sold them Cunha to man.
So you can't deplete the team and think championship is a tough place to.
Even Leicester in championship games. Now. Leicester now, I was just catching up that.
They got deducted some points.
Deducted some points. Now they are 20th.
Yeah,
but what offense? Because last season they deducted points from them.
I think
that they went to appeal.
Is that profit and sustainability?
PSR.
PSR.
So you can't be making so much money.
Leicester.
You can't be declaring so much profit when there's a way to do those calculations that
I know you can't spend more than you earn.
Exactly. They are spending so much more than what they are earning. The owners of the club are also flexing muscle and stuff. So they had to deduct 6 points and it just took them back to 20. So that's a tough one.
And I feel why that rule has changed now. Why going forward they're going to change that rule, but this is for offense of previous seasons because they came down from the Premiership to the Championship. So of course they made more the season before, so they were able to spend more. But of course in the season of Championship they're not able to then make as much. So
as much as
they're writing there for.
These are Man City's own charges. When would they be done with this case? You've been on for like a long time now. 115 charges.
It is what it is,
man. For Christ's sake, more than two years now, right? They've been on this thing, right?
Yeah.
You have to prove beyond reasonable doubts. I guess.
Reasonable doubt.
No, it's the powers that be. So the thing
is,
there's something they say. They say the rules are made for the weak. The rich ones, they make the rule for the weak, the strong.
But you know how many lawyers do
the way it is. If you are talking about rules, it's the weak.
Then maybe probably the charges are not clear.
Strong enough, or not
possibly.
That's my issue with Premier League. Like, how you bring 115 charges against a big team like that? Like,
and none can stick.
I mean, those other ones might be charges, but maybe they might not. Look for 1 or 2 that will stick. Like, and just bring those 2. Now, 115, like, you have to just toss it up. Like, it just become a chaos in the court. Like,
no, I think in the main, right? This might be like maybe 20 charges. The other ones are just like saying for not complying with the first one, you have this other one. You understand?
Okay.
Different layers of charges like that. But the main one is like not up to 100.
Again, make it stick. If it's going to stick, yeah, just make it stick. In my opinion,
Yeah.
if you have
We'll
good,
see. I think eventually,
if you've got a good case, make it stick. But I don't think anything will happen to City.
I don't think
I
anything.
think they've paid their price. They've put the EPL on a pedestal that all other leagues, by virtue of the
trying to
money
catch
from
up.
Abu Dhabi, are trying to
Exactly.
catch up. So they're also trying to balance these guys have brought in so much money into the EPL. How are we
Yeah.
going to then? Are we going to use the same stick on other guys, other teams? So I'm sure the legal team for City top notch,
Top
and
notch, of
probably
course.
nothing will come out of it.
Exactly. And
Well,
because
again, fingers crossed.
some of the rules in Premier League too are very vague, are very archaic, like almost like the one that they won previously was rules or the associated club or like third party buying club. Because Man City are sponsored by Qatar Airways, which is part of the form.
Exactly.
So that how do you value what you offer to them? For instance, Man City can say or Qatar can pay them, who knows, 500 billion to sponsor their shirts. How did Qatar value Man City to 500 billion? But you can't really define it because they are part of the same family. They can inflate that money to give you more money, as opposed to someone else would give you money for your front of
business person.
And also, they can use those things for money laundry too.
Exactly.
Yep.
So if I'm Qatar, I say that's what I value most. Like, there's really no, except you say people cannot sponsor. If you are associated with each other, you can't sponsor them. But again,
so it's an external party that is sponsoring now.
Yeah,
it's quite interesting, yeah. Okay, let's jump on the next bandwagon. Liverpool was able to pull up a very interesting one with Newcastle United. I think we just had like a 4-minute period where Ekitike was a bit excited. I think this season
was mentioning the guy last week.
It was a good buy, very, very good buy. For me, I just felt it was a very, very wonderful game of attacking football from Liverpool. Their performance was a big blend. I talked about the fact that Slot is trying to repair that conundrum that Joshua is always talking about. The conundrum and the conundrum, where he's trying to balance his offense with his defense and trying to make sure that there's some kind of balance. It looks like they're getting there now. Whether they are a potent attack across all other teams within the league, that is yet to be answered. But let's see how Crespo can give us a push on that. Liverpool, Newcastle.
So again for Liverpool, like we said, limit your errors at the back, because everybody knows it feels like your back line is fragile. But Kanute coming back showed a lot of strength. Again, Kanute Van Dijk is a solid back line. They just need to stop making those silly mistakes. Then again, we can see now Havertz is becoming. We can see him becoming much more
to the league now.
No, I even like comfortable. The way Havertz is playing well with Ekitike.
Yeah.
The way those two are playing well, Florian Havertz.
Yeah. So you can see he's getting to enjoy himself now. I guess the pressure of, okay, we're not trying to win the league. I need to show them that I'm here to give us the league again. They know, okay, that they might not win the league. Let's play football. So he's beginning to enjoy himself, and the guys around him are beginning to say, okay, you know what? This guy is our new star player in the middle. Let's allow him shine. Because I felt earlier in the season, a lot of the guys were all trying to, let me show myself to Slots. I can be the new guy. But so everybody's okay. Right now, you know what? Let's allow this boy shine, And you can see he's getting much more comfortable with the team. And surprisingly, I didn't expect Newcastle to fall like a pack of cards. Like, at some point, it was 1-1. What happened? Ekitike came and back to back with all those goals. So again, I'll say Liverpool is, like you mentioned, I don't know. Liverpool for me now, they're not consistent. So I don't know if I'll see the same Liverpool over the weekend. Again, they've done well taking Newcastle out 4-1, which everybody didn't, expect. And like I said, 2 minutes explosion of Ekitike just gave them the win. But however, again, I'm not totally convinced. And let me see what they'll do in their next game, and let's see them do that consistently. But again, majorly, I think Havertz is now getting to enjoy himself, and I think we'll see a lot more of the guy.
A lot more from the guy. Emmanuel, what do you think? When they started the match, Newcastle scored first. A lot was going through my mind. I want to know, generally, what do you think was the sparking moment, apart from Ekitike's performance?
Well, I think so. So sometimes when you're playing at home, right? Sometimes something can just spark into action and get you to kick yourself out and make those bold steps. So I think that goal from Newcastle helped, because it was just after that goal that not long after Ekitike scored the 2 goals that he scored in that game. So and again, this is Anfield. Liverpool, no matter how poor they are at Anfield, a different beast, right? They might lose some games at that, but when it comes to playing at Anfield, when they decide to play well, they can pick any team at Anfield. I mean, I give it.
But this season they've lost some games.
I
at
know
Anfield.
they've lost it. But I'm saying when they really want to turn it up, I think they do turn it up. They lost against Leeds, right, at Anfield, 3-0, right?
Yeah.
Against Forest as well at Anfield. So lost the but it's still Liverpool, right? The same guys that won the league last season, they're still the champions. No matter how poor they can be in some games, they're still the champions, right? So I just like you, Crespo, I'm not convinced by that performance against Newcastle. I want to see them do it a bit more. Especially this weekend. They should do this weekend for me against Man City. That would be very good. So that said, I mean, we saw how good the attack can be when they click, right?
Yeah.
That's what we saw. Florian Wirtz, combining with Salah, combining with Ekitike, Kodigako, those guys just doing their thing. So it's good to see them when they click, but I still think they have some issues at the back. Van Dijk and Konate, they've not been very good this season. They've been shipping goals anyhow, right? But of course, again, Newcastle, they look a bit better against Newcastle. Newcastle have not been well lately. They've lost a lot of games lately, or drawn a lot of games lately, right? Their attack has not been so good. Visa misses a lot of chances against Man City yesterday. Missed a lot of chances, and like these are, I mean, on a very good day, that could have been a 3-3 game at the minimum, right? That's the victory, but they don't take chances. They don't put teams away, and for some reason their midfield too, as good as they are, they still get run over most times. So it's just interesting how Newcastle is just falling apart, lately. I don't even know where the position is on the table right now, but I'm happy for Liverpool that they won the game, but I just want to see them be more consistent.
No, Liverpool
and
is
again,
sixth. They are sixth now, just behind Chelsea.
Yeah. What of Newcastle?
No, Newcastle is still down. They are like 11th now.
11th, right? Yeah, 11th. Everton, Fulham, Sunderland are all above Newcastle. That's not that's not ideal. I mean, this guy the Carabao Cup last season against Arsenal beat Liverpool on the Carabao Cup. So Newcastle has not been very good lately, and for them, it's quite sad, right? Losing Isak when they did, maybe that was one of the blues that they had. I know Bruno Guimaraes has been injured. He hasn't played for a while now. I think he's injured. So the midfield has not been as strong as he was, when he was playing. Even this guy coming in, what's his name? Joe Willock coming in, scored a goal against when he played against PSG, he scored a goal. I don't know if he played the last game they played as well. So it's just Newcastle has not been.
I think he played against City. I saw he started against City.
So the way that game went, I mean, Newcastle, to be fair, they played well against City, but they just didn't take their chances. If they did, that could have been a 3-3, even a 4-3 game. So I hope they're able to get it back on and win a run of games, right, and see where they got on the table. Because right now they're not anywhere near where they were last season, right? Exactly. For Liverpool, I just want them to be consistent, right? I mean, right now they're not a threat to Arsenal, so I'm happy where they are. But for the
maybe that's why you need to check where I did on the table. Yeah, Joshua, you want to give us your 2 cents?
Yeah. So for me, I think good for Liverpool in terms of getting their win and getting the win in front of their home fans, which again, like I said, Chelsea had won. So just keep in touch with Champions League places, because I think
the chase for top 4
is imperative they get Champions League football. I think 4th and 5th goes to Champions League. So whoever finishes that, and really, like you said, I think Newcastle scoring actually turned the game. There's a way the crowd just like rose up, and in that space of like 4 minutes, the Ekitike scored the 2 goals, and all of a sudden was just end-to-end stuff. But majorly for me, it's really about Newcastle. They've not hit the same standards this year, and that's for many reasons. Because if you look at the game, they were so open, which is very unlike Newcastle. At some point it was like a basketball game. It was end to end. If you see the Ekitike second goal, it was like from a corner, and then it was like 2 touches to the goal.
Yeah.
It was on like a very Newcastle performance, and that's been the theme for them this season. You see them also against Man City, where they just tired. They just look tired, and that's because they don't have a deep squad, and the squad with really good qualities aside from the first 11. And you can see that they keep using the same 11, and when they change, like, you can just see that the squad is tired in terms of the flesh
also in
is really
playoffs over knockout stages as well.
And that's because of them not being able to spend so much in the transfer market because of PSL, even though they are owned by Saudi, but because of all these rules that I believe will change soon and give them a bit leeway. Because the idea is still, of course, like, what's the goal for Newcastle with this Saudi buying? Like, where do they want to get to? As I listened to a show, Talk Sport, on with Simon Jordan and all of that, and it's always like, will he take them to the promised land? Or do you have to take them to the promised land, or he will never take them to the promised land? He will just take them far enough, and maybe someone else might need to. But again, it just shows like they need to really invest in the squad for them to be competitive on all fronts. We saw the previous season, the season before last, when they did really well. This new ownership came and they got to the top 4. They went to Champions League. The next season, the Champions League run affected their league performance, and they were only able to make Champions League almost at the death, and that's due to also Aston Villa messing it up on the last day against Manchester United. So I mean, they are still there and thereabouts, not where they would want to be, but I think that squad needs real investment in the summer to be able to keep up with the guys they are chasing. And as you know, if you don't get investments, people want to leave, people want to push higher. There's reports that Tonali might be looking to move. There's report that Arsenal was interested.
Yeah, we want him, man.
Yeah, because
I think you guys play Tonali. You have not used Norgard.
Tonali you must not get that Tonali guy. That guy is like a drug addict. He's like he's on drugs.
That's why I say that must be the Newcastle midfield. I'm sorry. I'm like
Tonali.
It's like someone like
Morez and Jonathan. They're like South American drug lords. Like those people cut your life.
You know they were fine because Merino got injured. That's why they went to buy Tonali. This
you have Norgard. You've got Norgard.
Yeah, so
but no, Tonali is box to box. He's not really sitting like Norgard.
Norgard is box to box. I've never even played him. You guys have Eze. Like, come on, guys.
That's true.
I can't hear what he's saying.
When he will become a serious weapon.
No, since Eze scored, it's almost as though his own deal was scoring that hat-trick against Tottenham. Since scored that hat-trick against Tottenham,
I don't know why.
Yeah, they stopped playing
start the next 4 games or something like that. I'm not like, I don't know.
Is it that there's a problem at the, maybe like.
No, it's because Odegaard came back.
So Odegaard is back. Like in the last game against Chelsea, he started, right? He played 90 minutes against Chelsea. I think the thing is, I think Arteta, what I've noticed about Arteta is I want his players to defend very well as well, not just attacking, but also defend. So he needs to learn. I think he needs to learn that bit of the game.
But Odegaard doesn't defend.
Odegaard does it better than him, I think.
But Arteta is a loyalist. That's something I've noticed.
People that is used to, he wants to just keep them happy. But with the kind of money that you brought Eze in doesn't deserve to be sitting on the bench now.
I don't know. You can't drop Odegaard, except Odegaard is in a terrible form like he is currently now. But when he came back from injury, those first 2 games, he did really well. Scored some goals.
He's injured right now.
He's injured right now.
I think Arsenal's got too many 10s. Zubimendi can play 10. Rice can play 10. Merino can play 10. Eze can play 10. Odegaard can play 10. So unless... And the reason why Rice plays all games because he's the strongest of the bunch.
He's the strongest. He's the one that can do everything.
So
even in England today, who can play his position better than him in England today? The guy is different. That Rice guy, very different.
So every other person is going to fight. Who?
Zubimendi is really a 10. I also think Zubimendi is like 6. Zubimendi.
Yeah, so the way they play now, like if you are playing Zubimendi, he's not the most physical guy to play your 6, but he will be in front of your midfielder and is controlling the game from that position.
He's more like deep line playmaker.
But
he goes forward a lot too.
He goes forward, There are games where you don't see Rice, he will play the deep part. It's just like in PSG, Vitinha. There's no big guy around Vitinha mopping up. Vitinha mops up and he's the one dropping the ball in people's feet.
You see how short the Vitinha guy is?
Even Zubimendi is. Even
I
Zubi
remember
is a
someone
small
saying
guy.
back there, last season when they beat us, like someone was like, if I catch those 5 foot whatever, they're not. But him, João Neves, Vitinha,
Yeah.
the tallest is Fabian Ruiz, the third midfielder. But
It
like
just
the way
reminds
they
you.
just put the
It
ball on the
reminds me of
ground.
how Iniesta used to move his waist. You go to say waist, not
Yeah, Iniesta and Xavi.
They just
Oh,
put the
yeah.
ball on the ground
very
and just
short
tap
when they will
like
move
no,
their
those guys
waist
were.
as if no, those
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't know what Arsenal is doing with all these guys. Give Man U, we need. Give us.
Pay
We
for
need
them.
some of them.
For them. 100 million each of them. Come and take.
Exactly. We're
Back on
also
right.
But that,
hearing
if they
that
don't have it, we won't be talking about this squad depth that we're talking about now.
Eh?
So they have to have the squad depth.
That depth is
exactly.
too much. It's too much depth.
No, let them win everything. They now dislodge because it took them a lot of years to put that squad together. Win everything you can win
Exactly.
possible. Then let some of them go because they will become too expensive after a while. And you will
Yeah,
not be
no,
able to
of
keep
course.
everybody
I know.
together.
No, you can't. You can't. No matter how good you are, you can't keep them for a long time. So,
For a
like,
long
what's going on with Man City now? Yeah, they need to rebuild. They're trying to rebuild, right? The last year,
Exactly.
they had Brian, those Aguero. So they won a lot of things. Now it's time for them now to rebuld and build the squad again to a point where they can start winning again.
Exactly.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be a naysayer. I
Yeah.
feel Arsenal will win the league and maybe one of the cups, but I don't know. I have a feeling I might be wrong. The Champions League might be, I don't know.
Out of
I'm
reach.
not
Well,
sure. They are doing well, but by the time they face the big boys on all those return leg
But they
games,
got to the semi-final last season now.
But
But
who
they
big boys?
lost.
We beat Bayern. We beat
No,
Atletico.
again. So if you beat Bayern, doesn't mean you beat them this time around. I'm just saying. No. I'm saying, at that level, anything can happen.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah,
Arsenal to win, but I'm just scared that like Champions League seems to be where I think anything can happen. You can face a Barcelona that they will just score those goals and you'll be wondering, Arsenal, get those goals back. And again, I want Arsenal to win, but I feel the Champions League
because
might
it's
be
knockout
too.
football. You can't really tell.
Exactly.
Knockout football is always
Because it's
true.
knockouts.
I think Arsenal will win the league. Okay, Iman, if I was to ask you, if you were to choose one now, say you can have one Champions League or Premier League, which one would you choose?
I'll change my name to all of you.
Times.
Yeah, I know Arsenal people. They want everything.
But let's say you can just you can have one.
What my name will be?
They want all. I know.
all of them, all four, if possible. We don't want a trophy for like last 5 or 6 years, right? So this I want.
Yes.
If we can win all this season, right? I know it's a long stretch. Maybe like 2 or 3. Maybe
actually.
Carabao Cup, maybe Premier League, and maybe Champions League to it, right?
There's FA Cup. You're still in the FA Cup too, I think.
Yeah.
If I don't FA Cup, I'll win those 3 and not FA Cup.
No, you have won a lot of FA Cups.
league.
We did the
You
last
need
6
at
years. They
least
won a
one
lot of
Cup.
FA Cups.
Won a lot of FA Cup. So win Carabao Cup, then Premier League, I mean Champions League, I'll be okay. I know. So the thing about it is that I see the Arsenal team dominating for quite a while. Maybe next 2-3 they'll still be there winning things next 2-3 years. After then, I thought he's still a young man. He probably want to go somewhere else to go and play coach, right? He might want to go to Barcelona or Real Madrid or Bayern. All these one team, and this other boys to Saka want to go somewhere else. Saliba want to go somewhere. So by the next 3 years, this team might just look a different team. They might struggle to win things, and that's the way that cycle, right?
Yeah.
So I don't expect them to be there forever. I mean,
that's my fear. So like, if they win this league, they've now gotten over the line. I think it now frees them up the way. They might now at least win a couple more, depending on what the other guys do. But I think this will be critical. Like, and
this is a good window for them. It's a good window.
Combination of all the 6 years of Arteta has brought them to this final point of crossing over the line now.
I think even on that,
which is a
like
good
2
story.
FA Cups already.
One
FA Cups already.
One FA Cup and one charity. No.
One
Charity Shield and FA Cup.
FA Cup, okay.
Is it one? I thought one charity shields.
2? Was it 2?
Two.
I know you guys. Actually. 2.
I think it's 2.
I know you beat Man City maybe twice.
Yeah.
Twice,
so,
okay. It's a good one. So it's good progress for me. 6 years. If he's able to just win the Premier League, because they are even saying it now that I'm sure that the owners of Arsenal, if I were in their position, I would want the Premier League a bit more than Champions League. You understand? At least win that Premier League once first. We can now start to build in a different direction towards the Champions League. That's exactly my own position. If I were the owner of Arsenal, that's what I'll just be saying now. Yeah. Okay, let's dive right into it. Manchester United had 3-2 performance against Fulham. I was really scared of this Fulham team because of the way they were coming back. They scored a goal in the 91st minute, and I was like, man, this is over. I didn't know Sesko was planning going in a different direction, and they were able to just make it a good honeymoon so far for Carrick. A lot of high emotions because Fulham was a bit very compact in the way they played. Even though I was expecting a 4-2-3-1, which is the usual one, Casemiro was outstanding. And that's why, he came up with the first goal. Joshua, what do you think about Man U's direction, especially with their honeymoon going on well so far?
Yeah, I mean, I know we talked about this game last week, like, want to see how they do in this game. The previous two games were like against big teams where it suited their style of play more. I wanted to see how they perform against Fulham, who is actually a tough nut to crack also. And I think the game went how it was supposed to go. I mean, aside from the late goal, I think a draw was how I envisioned the game ending initially and even before the day. But it was a good one. And something that I think is really clear now, and something I myself and Creswell have discussed even the Saturday before the game, discussed about how putting Bruno Fernandes in his proper position, in his number 10 position, makes him closer to the attackers and makes the attackers closer to him, and which means they're invariably both all closer to the goal, which means they'll get a lot of chances. Did you see the third goal? Did you see the Casemiro no look pass, Bruno no look pass? And I'm just like, what?
Brilliant.
Are you not entertained? Ruben Amorim, are you not? Like,
Taiwo
I'm going to call him, attack him again or arrest him. He should be tried for crimes to humanity. What he did for 18 months. But again, to be fair, it's
held them ransom for those 3-1. When you're the one that is inviting the thief into your house, it's just like you open the door. You now invited the thief. Oh, yeah, come and steal.
But it was a good game. And that's just, that's evident in the last 3 games of Carrick. That's what, like 9 goals now, 3 goals,
11
each.
goals,
11,
no, 8 goals.
Yeah, 11.
No, 3. Yeah,
No,
I think it's 11.
3 Arsenal, 3 Fulham, 2 Man City. So it's 8 goals.
2 Man City. Yeah. So it's
8 goals and considered, I think, 4.
8 goals. So I'm really not. I mean, the defense still has some work to do, but I'm really not so concerned about that right now. I'm more excited about how they are like going forward, because previously they were still conceding goals, but they were not scoring as much, which is why they
as much games.
But now that's the point. 8 goals in the last 3 games, so you can see that the attack is firing. That's what you need. Whoever scores the most goals most times win the games, right? And that's a change I've noticed in Manchester United. And like I said, even right on to the end, they were still going, they were still attacking, and they're looking like they're able to break teams down more. The connection, the fluidity within the attack, they know their positions well. Under Amorim, the 3 at the back, almost as though it was too narrow sometimes, and there was no wingers providing the width because it was using the wing backs and it was wingers playing the wing back. So, but right now you can see the width they are providing closer to goal, and they're really attacking well. So, it pains me to say it, but they're actually doing really well, because there's nothing I love more than Manchester United downfall. But I love that. I love that they're doing really well. And that's 3.
It's in your house.
That's like 3 wins in 3 games.
Can't be more Catholic
and I think their next 2 games. And I think their next 2 games is winnable. I think they play Tottenham and Wolves, I think.
Yeah.
They play Tottenham next weekend.
Spurs, in the next 2 games. So who knows what we'll get from Spurs. But again, going into the game, they're going with confidence. We know that they can outscore Spurs team who are not also great defensively. So we don't know what Carrick has done. Like one of funniest I listened to his talk about it's almost as though Carrick has gone now and he's turned water to wine, right? So it's good. It's a good feeling for Manchester United. Everybody's buzzing. Listen to Gary Neville after the performance, and they're all buzzing, and they just keep going. And also the blessing in disguise for them is they only play 1 game a week now until the end of the season.
Exactly.
So they're out of all other competitions. They're fresher than the rest of the guys that they're challenging for top 4. Aston Villa is in Europa League, Chelsea is the Champions League, and the Newcastle in Champions League. So they have a lot of time to train, a lot of time to work on the pitch. Carrick has a lot of time to work with these boys, and they just show up on a Sunday or Saturday and then deliver and then rest again for the next week. So it's their prime, more rested to finish this Champions League. And I think getting into the Champions League, top 4, top 5 would be a good season for them, considering they finished 15th last season. Be a good place for them, and then Carrick can even make a claim to get the job full time, right? So, but it's still a long way to go from now, but so promising signs, and Red Devils might be back in business.
Yeah, that's a good one. Very, very good one. I was even thinking, after all this performance, if the club now says, Carrick, thank you. You've been a good guy, but we need to find.
No, it's possible. Ghana is very well.
They can do that. It has not. It's not as if it has not been done before.
They can do that.
They can do that too, and everything.
Yeah.
So, but you still going to get
because last time he came out, when he came out, he won 2 games and drew 1, right?
Yeah, exactly. The last
time. So I'm like, give me a try. Give me like a 1 or 2 years contract and see where he goes to with the club.
Yeah. Exactly. So I think right now for my is about the next appointment, permanent one they make has to be the one. Has to be it. I don't think they have that luxury of like experimental, because they've done this with Ole before, where Ole was interim, he did really well, he beat PSG in that Champions League, and then he didn't wait to just give him the job. So maybe it's okay for them to be cautious to wait to the end of the season. But Carrick, he can't control the future. All he can control now is control the performance, control your fate. At the end of the season, if you do make that top 4, top 5 and do really well, you can then present your case and everyone will see your point. Okay, fair point. So right now, that's what they should focus on. Keeping the team going, continue the end of the season, the contract he has, and then he does well after the season, then it's up for discussion.
Yeah, that's good. Nice one. Crespo, you want to give us a push before Emmanuel?
Yeah. So again, Joshua, you just you gave for a Chelsea fan to speak highly of Man U. That made my day.
It always pains me to say. I say to Emmanuel too that. It pains me to say to the Arsenal.
No, because now in the same WhatsApp
no, me.
group now.
Oh, right.
It's the same WhatsApp group.
You spoke so good of Man U. So again.
Okay, both of you. That's fine.
So again, like we said, I don't think Carrick has done anything novel, in my opinion. Amorim just made that team again. Okay, let me not bash Amorim. I understand what you wanted to do in the long term, but there's what they call momentum in football. And at this level, athletes, I always say it anytime I'm discussing, like athletes are not normal people. The best footballer now can be the worst footballer next week or next season if he doesn't keep up at that level. Because right now, football is kinetics. It's kinetics. And that's what Man U has been lacking. We took Ten Hag out of the way because there was no kinetics in the middle. We're still playing 4-3-3, whatever shade of how you want to turn that middle, 3 in front, 3 in the middle, and 4 at the back. So Amorim coming in and saying, hey, I can't play the formation that was not working. That's why I'm coming back. No, that was not the point. The point is your job was to create competition in that team. I don't know any big team that wants to do what Amorim is trying to do with the kind of players we have. So let's not talk about Amorim. Like Joshua, I told you on Saturday when we were playing football that Man U front 3, I think that's the best front 3 in the league. Just front 3. Like you have your front 3 doing well. You have Cunha scoring. You've got Mbeumo. You've got maybe not Sheshko, but Ahmad Mbeumo, Cunha. They are a threat to against Fulham. Whatever was that left back for Fulham, Robinson. That guy was taken to the cleaners. Like Ahmad ran him rugged all through the game. And those are the things you want your attackers to do. You don't want your attacker to be deep. Because I always say it as someone that plays in the attack position, you don't expect me to be functional as an attacker when I'm playing deep line and you expect me to have the same energy in front of the 18 box. You're not going to make it easy for me. I can't run that far, then get to the 18 box and you expect me to do magic, But, it's also, again, Man U has just shown us that 3 in front can score anybody.
Yep.
That's just it. However, the problem is still in the midfield. And again, we saw we had Casemiro go out. Ugarte,
are you sure you guys will give this guy one more year? Because It's almost as
No,
though
no.
Casemiro is pushing for one more year because
No.
I'm seeing signs of
he
like
has to go. No, see, and this is what
I
that's why
know
I'm
for
saying
the
again.
greater good,
He
yeah.
has to go for the greater good. And again, that's why I think Carrick might not be the man to take us to El Dorado. Not because he can't do the job. There comes a time when I'm not saying he can't do the job, but what I'm emphasizing is somebody's going to come in, get those strong midfielders, and allow Bruno do his magic in front of them.
Yeah.
If you can have that solid spine for Bruno to perform his magic, you will enjoy games. Look at what Bruno did. He had 2 assists in that game, right? 2 assists. But again, we're back to our problem. don't be angry. We're even trying to get Kopama from Chelsea. That's where he's
exactly.
going to.
Kopama,
So
we just
again,
have to
what
agree
I'm
money
saying,
now. It's just the money
yeah,
left now.
yeah, but I'm not sure Chelsea will let him go.
No,
I'm not sure Chelsea will let him go.
No. So
Yeah.
for
But
English
again,
boys,
the
they
midfield
always
is
have
the
a
problem
way.
for Man U.
It's true. It's true.
Oh well, let's
Except
see. It's money. They'll
it's
they'll
money.
play the
No,
money
that
card.
is
They'll play the money card.
money
Let's see
solves a lot
how
of problems.
it's money.
Even Joshua, if I buy
Yeah.
Joshua now
Let's see how they do it.
to live where he is now, come and meet me. Won't he live? He will live now. His money answers a lot of
He's not with
problems.
you already. He's not with.
Eh?
He's not with you
No,
already.
as make him
Where's he going to
live
again?
in
He's not there.
employer. Make him live in employers. They are going to pay him double that money. No good live. Go come on now. There's money cannot buy you. Emmanuel, let's
True.
hear
Yeah,
from
so
you before we push
so
on
that
to the
that's
last one.
yeah.
Okay, Crespo, you still have from finishing
it was
what?
a good.
Okay.
No. So that's just like I said, Man U is just give Man U the chance to score. They are going to score. And once we took Casemiro out, we saw that our midfield is the problem. So going forward to next season, if we can beef up that midfield, we'll compete again. I said football is momentum. We're not going to win the league next season because Arsenal is on a different level.
It's on fire.
Unless, like I say, any of those guys like this season mess up again, then somebody else that was not prepared gets ahead. But again, improve Man U's midfield. Those guys in front, they can score anybody.
Anybody, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, because Casemiro is also
I think
going,
Man
so
U
they have more money. Yeah. Emmanuel.
Yeah.
So I think Man U needs time, right? It's a club that needs time to get those players in and get. Like, if I look at Arsenal's trajectory, where we started from when Arteta came, right? We won the FA Cup. Whether you say by luck or by whatever, we shall won the FA Cup when he came, right? And then we ended up 8th that season. I think we went, I can't remember, I think 8th next season, and we went 5th, second. Now we're here where we are right now. So I think Manchester United need to give one of these coaches a longer time to work, right?
Yeah.
Now, again, that's not saying they shouldn't deal with if the coaches have issues. Amorim clearly wasn't communicating properly with the management. They had issues. We had a fallout and things like that. And what happened. I don't think Amorim was a bad coach, right? I think given what he's done at Sporting Canada, in Portugal, he's a good coach. It's just that the style of play that he wanted to implement in Man United for some reason. Again, there's some things that are difficult to implement in a club like Manchester United.
Yeah,
the club that has a rich culture. They have a way of doing. And you come and try something. If you end up winning games, fine, people will love you. But if it doesn't work 1 or 2 games, then that means they'll start hating you. And that's what happened for him, right?
Emmanuel, in 47 games,
exactly,
this guy could not get 3 consecutive wins.
So that's the thing. And I feel like I was saying to someone, so this is
how
do you with the Man U fan last year? You know what the guy said to me? He said to me, yeah, they like this guy. This guy is good because he's putting his foot down. He's saying he's disciplined. Everybody must follow through. And I'm like, you come to a new club. You have to adapt to the players you have around you first before you start implementing your style.
Yeah,
that's what Carrick is doing.
Yeah, no,
I understand the discipline, but he needed to be flexible enough to get to that end goal.
Get to that point. Because when Arteta came, I was playing defensive football in Arsenal. When Arteta came the first time against Liverpool, he was playing defensive football. That's what he was able to get some successes. So that's what I expect Amorim to do. You come to a club where you don't have the tools to work with. You have tools that you don't know how they operate. You try to adapt to their level. You get some results in first. Buy their trust. So when you implement it, you will buy in. You don't know who you want and who you don't need by the next season, and start implementing those tools. But you come in the first day, you're already chopping and changing the style of play to suit your own style, And I mean, I guess if it had worked out for him, I'm not sure it would have been sacked.
It won't work out.
Exactly. So that's the thing. So
it can't work. You can't put square pegs in round holes.
But there are times I went and he works out for a few months, right?
Sorry, Ima.
Be backfire. Yes.
The season before Amorim came, Man U had
Yeah.
the slowest team in the league. Ten Hag, he was mad at the team. We had the team with the lowest coverage of distance in the league, and you want to play a 3-5-2? Do you know teams that play 3-5-2? Those wing backs are running all through the game.
Oh, true, yeah.
Because once
It's
you
only
go
in
forward, that's a
Italy,
big space. That's a
Italy
big.
that has a
You have
lot
to
of
run him down, up and down like that.
And you have to have physical guys that can do the beats.
Yeah.
Dalo is not the most physical player. Fernandez is not the most physical player. Casemiro's legs are gone. You know,
that's
like,
why I
and
was Ahmad. Ahmad can run now.
Yeah.
You want him to wing back. So
But Ahmad is not useful there. You now make him run, then he gets to the front, he can't do anything.
I mean, I agree with you. Right? It's just unfortunate for him, right? But then I'm happy that you guys are smiling. It's good to see that I was smiling. And you guys are happy.
No. Like, you don't know how I'm always buzzing. Right now, I told
it was Man U that made
Joshua
me
the way we're playing
concentrate
football.
on basketball. Man U, their performance just made me go and concentrate on basketball. Because at some point,
I told Joshua on Saturday, like, with this Man U team, current team, I'm telling you, I'm not saying we'll do so much things, but like, you can go into a game, not,
you are a bit confident.
Feeling
your team is not so. If you start getting injuries right now, although you have only 14 minutes to play, so you don't have a lot of games to play. But if you start
we have one game per week,
right? If you only get injured right now, then you have a problem. But that may not happen. So I mean, Man, it's good to see them win that game that they won. I mean, Bruno Fernandes was phenomenal in that game. Casemiro, it's good to see when players play in their position, natural position. That's what you get.
Yeah.
Right? Quite frankly, the first game of the season when Arsenal played Man U, when we beat you guys 1-0 at Old Trafford. When I saw what guys were doing, Ahmad, Mbeumo, Konya, I was scared. Quite frankly, for that game against Man U, the first game of the season against Man U, I saw Man U like going fine this season, like going to like top 5 in the season, right? But then after the next 2 games, I started seeing them. I'm like, what is going on? This guy
has the thing with Amorim.
Yeah, exactly. You have Konya, you have Fernandes, you have Ahmad. These are guys that can hurt any team in the world. These guys can hurt any team in the world on their day. And then you put them in places where they can't function properly. So, like you said, Carrick has done anything phenomenal. He just put those players where they should be playing, and that's all he has done.
No, that's all what he came in to put them in position to succeed.
Yeah.
Ima, that first game of the season, you guys respected Man U. That was what happened. You just respect. That's what happens with Arsenal.
Exactly,
look at it now. Man U that is not doing so well will beat you guys in your house. I'm sure you guys. So there are some things that happen about rivals. So it had nothing to do with the first game. You just respected. Oh, if we are too out against these guys, they can punish us. That was what happened.
True.
That
because
team,
you don't know who.
When I had problems with Amorim was when a team like Bournemouth, their coach said before the game, we just have an extra man in the midfield and we're sure of a good game.
That's true.
Like, then what are you doing as a coach? Just having an extra man in the middle against your team makes you lose the game.
That's true.
You see how they buzz our midfield right now. At least you can see what Meno is doing.
Yeah.
Meno that was told is as useless as anything. Look at what the little boy is doing now. So come on. Just putting people in the right places and
put them in the right place to succeed, and that's all.
What you think? Well, I mean, I hope it continues. Against Tottenham, that might be another game where you can see, okay, can they really do Tottenham? They're not doing very well lately, right?
Both teams it's open. Anybody can, Before I wouldn't say we'll have a chance against Tottenham. I'm sorry.
Yep. But now you can, and the Old Trafford, right?
I can say that. Yeah. They're rivals, and the coach was formerly a Tottenham guy. He wants to prove a point. There are a lot of things to play for. And again, we play just one game every week. We have a chance.
You have time to relax.
If we take our chances, we'll win.
Let's go. Glory, Man.
Man is back.
I'm telling you. So I think Tottenham also had a quiet weekend. There were rumors that, the coach is a bit unsettled. Things are happening. And they went into this match. The first half was worrisome because Man City went ahead with 2 early goals from Czechia and Semenyo. The second half, it was just a Sri Lanka show. You understand? In England, they call him Sri Lanki.
Yeah.
So it was just a show on his own. In fact, there was a goal that they were saying whether it was whether Sri Lanka, exactly. there was a goal that they were saying whether it was an own goal or whether at the end of the day they assigned it to Solanke eventually. So let's just have Joshua give us a push on that. Then we can now talk about other side talks.
Yeah. So again, it was really a game of two halves.
2 halves, yeah, basically 2 halves.
Manchester City raced to a 2-goal lead, and from there you thought it's like how many goals are they going to concede? And for some reason they just took their foot off the pedal and allowed Tottenham back in the game. And that's also something I noticed in the game against Newcastle, right, where they were 2 goals up also, and in the second half they just kind of like release control of the game to Newcastle and allowed Newcastle come back into game. And like Imaf said earlier, like if Newcastle had taken their chances, Wissa and again Elanga, the scoreline could have been more respectful. So it just shows that for some reason, Man City with their rebuilding phase and Rodri coming back from injury, you could just see that he's lost a bit of yard of pace due to the serious injury he had, which is a very serious injury, ACL. You can just see that he's not that same person who won the Ballon d'Or, and maybe to take him some time, certainly next season to be able to get that to that level. So Man City are not able to like control games how they usually would during the time where they were dominating and all. So I was not surprised that they allowed Tottenham back into the game. I've seen that a lot this season from Man City.
Yeah, this season,
and then they allowed Tottenham back into the game and just yeah, apart from even the 2 goals, Naruma had to he also made some good saves, right? And like you said, the first goal came off, the second goal was just a good improvisation from Sri Lanka to, we've seen a lot of Scorpion Kings, Scorpion kick goals in the past, Giroud, Cucurella and the like. So this was just also one for the books, and from then on, you could just feel like someone get a third goal, but it never really did materialize in terms of getting that third goal. So that's the challenge for Man City, and that's why they've not been able to mount up a serious challenge over the course of this league. In a one-off game, they could really do well and hurt you because they still have talented players in the attacking phase. But over the long run, consistency has been missing in the league. That's game management of how they usually have in the league. They passed it to death previously, right? But right now, that midfield balance and defensive balance is just a bit off. Gay has come to the defense, but that has still really not solved it for them. And also, it's to be said also that fear factor is no longer there, right? So people know that you can get at Man City, they will give you chances, you can score, and you can take a chance. Like before, it was even almost inconceivable to think that you get a shot on target against them. So it was a really it's 2 points loss. Like you said, Arsenal have now increased it to 6 points. If I thought there was still any realistic chance of them mounting the challenge, you feel like maybe that has gone now. But again, we've said that severally. Arsenal have had chances to go 8 points, 10 points, and for some reason it just keeps coming to 6, 4. So we still don't know what will happen this season. Arsenal and Man City are still gonna play each other this season at the Etihad, I believe. So who knows how many points would be the difference before that game, and who knows what will happen in that game. The league is still, we never can tell what will happen, but I don't think Man City has that consistency to be able to put up a challenge and even overtake, as we've seen them previously do to Arsenal. So right now they'll just settle for second or third, and hopefully they still continue their rebuilding phase and see what they can pick, if they can pick up a cup here and there. Because I was listening to Pep Guardiola talk about the importance of having Maguire in the Carabao Cup final, which by the rules, because he's played for Crystal Palace, is not available. You can see how important it means to him winning a trophy, because they didn't win a trophy last season. I think that was probably the second time it's happened in his time in Man City. So looking to nick a cup. I think if they were to finish second and pick up a cup, either the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, I don't see them winning the Champions League, but either of those domestic cups, I think it can be a start of something for them, considering how terrible they were last season, just barely qualify for Champions League and not winning any trophy. So I think it can be a start of something for them to build up. That's if Guardiola decides to stay, and then improve in the summer and then see how they can go next season. But all in all, I'm not surprised by the result. Tottenham, also, what can we say about them? It's really don't know what you get from them. Their terrible form continues. The manager has been on fire since the start of the season. And it's also a big step for him. He's also learning his job. I mean, it's been okay being a coach of Brentford, where you're pushing up of your weights, getting the odds here and there, and really surviving in Brentford. It's a different kettle of fish coming into a big team. Like, the expectations are not something you can prepare for. Like, you have to be there to then experience it. So I'm sure it's a new field for him to hit his learning and how it is to play in a big team. You can't play the way you're playing in Brentford, where you just sit deep and hit teams, right? Because someone expects you to play open against the big teams. But when you're in the big team now, you have to rethink how you play, because you're now in a big team. No one's going to accept that from you. So it's a learning curve for him. Hope they were able to get some players over the summer. Hopefully that would help them. But again, I don't think I'm expecting anything much from Tottenham this season. Finishing in Europe if they can, maybe Conference League if they hope to have a late push. But all in all, not a very good game, but just a game that I don't think it's a point that I don't think does any one of them any good, really. 3 points would have been better for either of them, but 1 point doesn't do anyone any good, really, in terms of for Tottenham and Man City. But yeah, that's where both are, and we'll see how they can make it up this weekend.
Exactly. Crespo, just before we get into a little bit of the drama in Saudi, Ronaldo caused a bit of drama in Saudi because he went on a personal strike trying to block the transaction bringing in Karim Benzema. But before we go there, do you think that Tottenham will still keep this coach at the end of this season, even if they finish at the way they are going? Thomas Frank,
so I would say keep him. Yeah, I would say keep him. However, the results at the end of the day, and again, Tottenham is they've got a lot of rivals, not London rivals. They don't want to end the season the way they are going already. They were so happy they won something last season. Again, the board has changed. The guy that was there before, I think Levi or something.
Daniel Levy, he still owns about 29.8% of the club.
And yeah, he's there, but he's not the primary.
He's not
so
involved
he's not more,
in decision taking.
Again, exactly. So probably we'll have a situation where, because there's a bigger board or a larger number of people to decide, he could get a second chance to keep his job. But again, at this level, if they keep going this low and they don't even get a chance to play in Europe, they don't get a chance to play anywhere. I don't know. There could be some top coaches out there that they might just jump on. And again, for the life of me, I don't blame any Tottenham coach. The team is not always well built. They start building, all of a sudden there are like 3, 4, 5 injuries. That is all. Like, can imagine in a season you don't have Madison, you don't have Kulevski playing. Come on.
It's true.
What are you really expecting of the cook? What magic, There's almost nothing. So again, I just think it could be lucky enough because of the new board and the board might keep him. But the rules of coaching at this level is iron and fire.
Exactly. I think a lot of team owners now are because if you guys were following the NBA, the transfer deadline was today at midnight Eastern time. And if you see the amount of trades that happened, it shows that teams are becoming no-nonsense teams now. If you get a top player and the player cannot get you there, cannot give you or deliver on the cup within 3 years, you kick him out. That's exactly what's happening. So even players now, they're not able to guarantee salaries like they used to do many, many years ago. Because right now, club owners are looking at how much money can we keep, So Emmanuel, give us what you think about the drama that happened from Ronaldo in the Saudi Pro League. He went on a strike, 2-day strike. I think he was just missing his family. He wanted to spend some time with them. Even though I'm a huge Ronaldo fan.
He's still on a strike. I think he missed
right.
They've won him now. They've won him.
I mean, I had they won him.
Well, let me read it out. Let me read it out so that you guys will understand. And I like the statement that came from the Saudi Pro League. He said, this is what they said, the Saudi Pro League spokesman. He said, the Saudi Pro League is structured around a simple principle. I didn't believe that they could be this authoritative. Every club operates independently under the same rules. They now said recent transfer activities demonstrates that independence is here to stay. One club strengthened in a particular way, another chooses a different approach. You know, those were club decisions taken within the approved financial parameters. So they told Ronaldo, nobody is bigger than the entire Saudi Arabian league. No human being. They've mandated him to resume. We don't. So let's even see. They've won him already. Let's see whether he will resume. You know, how can you be blaming a club that?
I mean, I didn't. Yeah, because so the background of the story from what I heard is, sorry, is it my network? Someone's phone is a bit shaky.
No, it's
is
okay.
It mine? Can you guys hear me very well?
Yeah, okay. Yeah?
Okay, you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, okay. So I didn't. That story was that what I heard. Ronaldo is ambitious, right? He still wants to win things at Saudi, which it doesn't look like he has been able to do since he moved over there. So I understand is that he wanted them to buy a few players in his club Al Nassr so that they can challenge for the title or win the title, and then they were not doing that. So when he heard that the other team was buying Benzema, he went on a protest and went on strike. Which to my, I mean, you have a contract, right? They've not violated in terms of your contract in any way. You paid your salary, they've done everything they need to do. I don't know what promises were made behind the promise you're going to buy certain players, right? But was that documented? Was it signed off? I have no idea. So him going on strike because a different club is buying Benzema. When I heard it, I was like, it sounded childish to me. I'm sorry, that's the way it sounded to me. It sounded like this is just a sport child misbehaving again, right? That's what it sounded like. I like Ronaldo. I love him as a player. I love him as a career. He's done what one of the most greatest in football history, right, in the world, right? So, but to that behavior to me, I just felt it wasn't right. I mean, you have a contract, under your contract, do your thing. If you want to complain, there are channels to do that, right? Exactly. And the Saudi Pro League has come out and put out a statement. My mind makes sense. You just can't do that. You think who are you to come? You have a contract. You're bound by a contract. Do your job. Come for training. Play games you have to play. If you have a problem, discuss with the club hierarchy and see what they do about it. Right? If you want to leave, tell them you want to leave. I mean, they can move on. And not to hold them to ransom. It's just when I heard it, I was like, this is not right. It just didn't sound right to my ears when I heard that. And it's good that they've come out and put him straight. And of course, he has to come back and play at some point, right? So that's my take on that story. It was just ridiculous to like that from Ronaldo.
Right? Yeah, I felt that it didn't make sense because this is the closest that they're even getting because they're just second on the table with a 1 point difference. Last I checked, and this is their only chance. It's a game of 11 men. Forget about the fact that they are bringing Benzema. You guys just put on some balls and go in there and play like you want it. It's whoever wants it most that will be able to get it. I mean, I don't know if I'm saying something different. It's not 11 men against 11 men. Even the Benzema himself is in his later years. It's not as if Benzema is playing the way he was playing 7 years ago. You understand? The thing, to me, I don't understand whether there's something else there. Something else may even be wrong that maybe we don't know. And maybe more information will come out because even the Benzema himself, do you think he will be happy with Ronaldo with what he's doing? The first thing started was Benzema.
My friend from right?
You said? So, I didn't hear you.
No, I said it's called an hat-trick. It's called a hat-trick in his first game, Benzema.
For them, exactly. No, but those...
the move, he made the move.
At those things in Saudi.
Yeah, he made the move.
First 3 or 4 teams are better than the others.
What's his point? He wanted to send him back?
No, he didn't want them.
Because before the move was confirmed that Ronaldo was...
He wanted to block the transaction, but some people say he was trying to show power, but it wasn't just necessary. He don't look at him saying, the way it's going right now, this is our only chance. You understand? This is our only chance, especially the way Al Nassr has been playing.
Again, what's Ronaldo's problem? What's his problem? What does he want to win again?
He's not won anything with
even if he still wants to win.
The money in his account that they are giving him is not enough for him to win.
He should reduce the salary. He's earning over 400 million.
Like Ima said. No, like Ima said, it's just, they've given him too much power as the icon for Saudi.
The face of Saudi football.
The face of Saudi football. Yes,
that's why.
I think this is a step too much. If those guys didn't break any rules to buy a player, what position are you holding to say a team should not buy a player because you think they'll be stronger than your team? Then why did the people not protest on why they got
Against
you in
you
that
joining
team?
that team
Are
too,
you know
exactly.
adding strength to your own team?
I was even thinking if you are
You
smart
know,
enough, you
so
are
for
earning
me,
over
it's
200
a
million.
no-brainer. And again, it's because it's Ronaldo.
Exactly. Yeah. And if the team made news, more news, maybe he just wanted
It's
some news.
Ronaldo. Ronaldo is ready to go. Once he's ready to go, that's how he does.
Exactly.
Once he's ready to go, he's
He
about
wants
to
to
leave.
go. Exactly.
Now Ronaldo MO be that. He wants to go. So
thanks so much, you guys. We went above our 1 hour time. You know, we had some fun and I really enjoyed today's session. Once again, I just want to say thank you for jumping on this call, you know, giving us an opportunity to catch up on this.
Sorry. You've not spoken about Lookman.
Yeah.
Boy,
So give us your 2 cents
Lookman is
about
on fire.
Lookman, please. Yeah. For
We are talking about
Atletico.
Lookman.
Yeah.
I'll
jump right in. I'm excited for the move. This is a chance for him to, you know, to show at that level. Apparently, he hasn't played in a top team and has done so well. So being in Atletico would really put him in good limelight, you know. Which if like what I saw today is like the coach Simeone is trying to build a team even around him. Because I hear Alvarez is not very comfortable because he has not scored in a while. Griezmann is leaving at the end of the season, if I'm not wrong, to the MLS.
Yeah.
So it's and you can imagine you coming in after a few trainings, he got a goal, he got an assist, you know. So kudos to him, and I really wish Nigerian players can also get a chance. I really want to see me out of Turkey, honestly. I really want him out of Turkey, honestly.
Yeah,
Those
true.
are our best. Our best can't play in those kind of leagues right now at their peak, So kudos to Lookman, kudos to his team for getting that deal done, and you will just be surprised. He's going to be in the Ballon d'Or list, top 11 and all of that, just by being in Atletico. And if he does well, bangs in goals, putting assists, kudos to him. Nice one.
Yep. Is it just me or can you tell?
I think Taro is breaking up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm really happy with him too because he's not had a good start to the season because of the issues he had over the summer with the Atlanta ish. So I'm really happy right now. Just go play the game. And who knows, the Havertz issue might be because Barcelona are looking to replace Lewandowski. So maybe there's a move there of Havertz.
Yeah,
too.
I think so.
I think Havertz is going to Arsenal. I really agree to something with him for next summer.
To Arsenal? What's wrong with you guys?
Where you guys want to get everybody? I don't understand.
No, I had that story from reliable sources.
I would like Chelsea to buy him for me. I think he's the kind of player.
Don't you think Arsenal practicing money laundering? Where they get all these monies to pay these people?
I don't know Arsenal wants to do, but yeah, let's see what's
in Arsenal.
Come.
That would be a game changer.
But because he was on the bench, he didn't come on at all.
I think Jesus might leave Arsenal next season. He might leave because I think he's going to go back to Brazil or back to America. So it's likely that they might get Alvarez to replace him. But then, because you already have Havertz, you have Jokeres who can play that position, right? So I don't know, but I heard that it was quite reliable that they were going to go for him this January, but they didn't push it till it's not.
Who knows? There might be a link there because your new sporting director was the former sporting director in Atletico Madrid.
Okay, that's true. Dimensions are just changing across the football league, man. It's different. Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now let's allow our guys go and rest. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Crespo. Thank you, Manuel. Thank you, Joshua, for joining in. We've had a long stretch. It's been a good one. So once again, this Landonas is Maple Sports, where we like unfiltered opinion, a bit of banter and sharp analysis, big love for Canadian hoops and eyes, and also the Premier League. Thank you very much. At least we're able to do about an hour and a few minutes, push as much narratives as we can. And, the sport that we love, we're always happy to talk about it. This is a good day. Take a chance and make a difference. Thank you very much, everyone. See you next week and peace.
See you. Have a great weekend, guys.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.